Good morning. Welcome to Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host, Gary Holden. With me, of course, is head wrestling coach Nate Yetzer. Nate,
what's up, Gary?
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Just want to wish you a happy birthday today.
Oh, thank you.
Number 40 again.
Yes, I love turning 40. I continue to do it next couple of years as well.
Yeah, that's right. Happy birthday.
Thank you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, you've already started your first practices.
Right,
October 10th is your first day of practices.
First start date, yep.
Talk a little bit about how that was during fall break.
Right, yeah. So it was right before fall break, and guys did a great job, and I think we went 2 that day just to kind of get our feet wet, and but the whole preseason, the whole last couple weeks, guys have been doing an awesome job. So really proud of them. So and been working hard. So.
I think sometimes when you're finally able to get on the mat and get away from all the strength and conditioning stuff that you do in the preseason and everything, I think it's kind of a relief sometimes for the wrestlers.
Yeah. I think obviously they're here to wrestle, and when you're running and stuff a lot, sometimes it gets they're not here for cross country or the track team, so they're here for wrestling. So they're excited to get on. I mean, the running part's necessary, obviously, and strength training's necessary too. But and I think it gives them a chance to really zero in on their grades and make sure they're doing a good job academically.
Speaking of grades, midterms came out, and I saw your list of top 10. I didn't see the GPAs.
Yeah, we actually had to go to top 15 because it was so good. I didn't want to leave anybody out that did a good job. So, I mean, overall, it was the best midterm we've ever had as a team, like collectively. So,
it's great.
A few guys struggling in a few areas, but overall, just a fantastic job.
Yeah, so. And that's great too. I saw a listing that there was a lot of guys in there that have been regular starters for the last couple of years, really good contributors, and you had a bunch of freshmen in there as well.
Absolutely.
One of the freshmen works for me, Charles Tisby. I saw he's right up the top of the list.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And we can't release GPAs, but overall, it was fantastic. I think as a team, obviously, I think it's still midterm, but I think we were over 3.0 as a team.
That's awesome.
Huge. Yep.
And you got what, 40 guys?
Yep, 38. So yeah, okay. Yep. Got a few guys out injured, obviously, but yeah.
When you can average a 3.0 with that many guys on the team, you got to be doing pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I think it's just it's the standard now. I think these freshmen came in and saw what the most successful guys on the team were doing, and obviously they're falling in line and emulating that, and that's just part of having a good culture. So
Sure. And they've got to understand as well that we're trying to get a degree here. We're not going to all be professional wrestlers when we get out.
None of them will. So it's like it's at the end of the day, it's about getting a degree, and I think that's the beauty of Division III in general. And that's what I tell recruits all the time is it really is about getting a degree. And yeah, a lot of schools say that, but it's really true at Division III level.
Sure. In the end, you got to get that degree and improve your quality of life with that.
Absolutely, and not only just degrees are obviously very important, but I also think just learning how to work, learning how to balance things in your life. Is so important. You see it all the time. A lot of especially young parents, they struggle. Balancing money and kids and their relationship with their wife, and I think. Wrestling at the college level teaches you hard work, and it teaches you, just how to balance all that and give great effort in every one of those areas of your life. And I think that's super important. So
it's almost like you become a juggler with your time.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
So, all right, let's talk a little bit about some weight classes. The first couple shows we did this year, we talked about we did 125, 133, and 141. Then we did 49, 57.
Yep.
Was it 49, 57, 65?
No, then we kind of stopped at 7 because between those weights we have a lot of guys, a lot of young guys, and as we go up top, and that's kind of some of the areas that we're really focused on recruiting is up top because we don't have a ton of depth up there, and we have a lot of seniors up there. Obviously, I think this year, just looking at it right now, it looks like our starters, we're going to have a senior at 4 of those weights at the top of the 5 weights up top.
Wow.
So obviously, we got a lot to recover, but I'm really excited about the young guys you have there too. So. All
right, so we're going to go over 4 weight classes: 65, 74, 97,
84,
and 285.
Yeah, 84 too. Yeah,
84. So we got 5 weight classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 165. Obviously, one of our captains of our team, Andrew Tolbert, a guy who's really grown into the weight class, and to be honest with you, is really just like we talked about before. Learn how to manage time and give great effort and now he's starting to see the result of that. He saw it last year, and he had a great summer and a great fall, and I think he's going to keep that going this year as well too. So I'm really excited about him.
He really improved as the year went along too. You could kind of tell going into most of his matches that when he walked on, he had the confidence that he knew he was going to win, and he expected that he should win. And that carried him all the way through winning a regional title and then getting into the NCAA tournament.
As much as he improved as a wrestler, I'm more proud of him for improving as a person. You know what I mean? And just academically, he's one of our top student athletes now. And he's taken a ton of credits, and so really proud of him and just the the change he's made in his growing up and being a lot more mature and being a man now than not a boy. So, and then obviously, I think we have a couple young guys there too. Christian Height, a recruit I was really excited about coming out of high school. He's from Broughton High School down in Raleigh, North Carolina. Was state runner-up last year, and really skilled. Just needs to obviously mature, and but I'm really excited about him. I think he's going to be pretty special. So, and then Trevor Johnson from Franklin County, right down the road. He's working hard, trying to get better, and doing a great job. So, being consistent. So, 74, obviously our other captain, Blake Rosenbaum. Probably been the most consistent guy I've ever been around since I've been at Ferrum, just as far as his work ethic and what he brings to the table every single day. And that's why he's one of our captains. He leads by example a lot and does a good job.
He's pretty much kind of like a meat and potatoes type of guy.
Yep, absolutely.
He just gets in the room, works hard, punishes people with his style and everything. And he's found great success. 2 years in a row, he's been within a match of going to the NCAA tournament. We're hoping that this year is going to be able to punch his ticket.
And he's won. And he's won the last 3 years. I mean, he's probably going to be when it's all said and done, probably going to be our leader in wins and falls in his career.
Yep.
And I think, I think he's going to surprise people this year because he's really added to his wrestling technically, which he always won on heart and effort, and now I think he's figuring out the technical part of it all, and he's become a better athlete and everything. So I think he's going to catch a lot of guys off guard, where he wrestles hard, but now he's got the technique to back it up. And that's one thing we talked about after he lost last year for third and fourth again. It's the second year in a row, and obviously that's heartbreaking. But I think for him, that was the thing that I think he realized that, hey, I'm not going to win on effort all the time. I got to learn some wrestling as well too, and he's really made a huge jump in the last 3 or 4 months in that part of it, which is really important.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, he's about as rugged as they come, and to add the technical part of it and everything, it's going to make him that much more dangerous this year.
Absolutely.
And you wrestle a strong enough schedule that he will have an opportunity to show himself off on a national stage. He'll catch some nationally ranked wrestlers.
Yeah, he'll probably start off the year in top 10 or 12 in the country, I would imagine. He should, anyways. And
he was ranked last year, right?
Yeah, he got up to like 9th or 8th or something like that, around that. And again, he's had a few big wins in his career, but he wins the matches he's always supposed to win.
Yep.
Now it's time. Now I think he's going to turn that corner and beat guys that are second, third, fourth, first in the country. I think he's capable of beating those guys now. When before, to be honest, I didn't think he was technically sound enough to be able to beat those guys. Now I think he can. So
that's great. Well, I'm excited to see him on the mat this year.
Yep. And then at 74, we got a pair of freshmen. Jesse Carter from right up the road here in Botetourt County. Had a great prep career. I think he finished in the top 4 as his senior year in the state tournament, and he's been working hard. Brandon Harrison, who's a freshman, but he's coming in. He transferred a ton of credits in. He's like a junior already. He's a freshman.
Okay.
Super smart kid. Has very high aspirations after college, and he's been doing a great job, working hard and everything. So
strong student, obviously.
Yeah, very strong student. Yeah, very.
It's incredible to come in with almost junior status as a freshman.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I was looking through. I was like, "This kid a transfer?" Like looking through his academic record, and the guys took a ton of credits in high school and a hard worker too. You could tell why he's successful academically. He works hard,
Right.
So
seems like a lot more kids are doing that. They're coming in with more credits and getting out early. I've seen so many 3 and 3.5 year graduates probably help offset the cost of higher education.
Absolutely, yep. And I actually encourage a lot of some recruits. We set up plans sometimes to graduate in 3 years or 3.5 years. I just think it's, it's obviously economically it makes sense, but also it's it really. They're taking a full load of credits, which they should. It's like less downtime. You know what I mean? Which I think is important. So, and then that's 74. Then at 84, we have 2 freshmen there. Brayden Holmesy, who's right down the road here from Orange High School down in North Carolina. Great athletic tradition there in the school, and his teammates with Bailey Hawkins, who's at 41 here as well too. And from day one, he was probably one of our biggest recruits this past year, and from day one, that dude's bought in and done everything that's asked of him, and he's going to continue to do this. Keep getting better and better, week to week too, which is obviously your biggest learning curve is usually your first year and a half.
Sure.
And so I'm really excited to see how he develops throughout the year, and he's going to do a great job. I think just very coachable and just hard-nosed kid. So I'm excited about him. And then we got Quan Johnson. He's from out near the shores, the shore there in Virginia, and hard worker. He's been out a little bit, injured, so we're kind of waiting on the status of that. So I haven't really seen a whole lot of him, but great student, been working really hard and doing the right thing. So, and then obviously 84, we got Pablo. And Pablo is good as a junior, eligibility-wise, and he's been with us for a while. I think he took that year off, that 1 year off, but came back, and one of our most consistent workers on the team.
Sure,
comes to work every day, and such a team player, which is so important in wrestling. And
quiet kid, just gets on the mat, wrestles. We're up at the I think the Star City Open last year, and I happened to be sitting next to the mat, and I grabbed my phone, started videotaping his match, and he takes the kid down in overtime to win the match. I just got lucky and everything. And what a great name too, Xana Stanavicius.
Stanavicius.
I hope I got that right.
I didn't want to screw it up, so everybody calls him Pablo. So it's like Cher or like, I don't know, Madonna. He only goes by one name. So
when you reach status when you can only just use one name, you've done pretty good. So Pablo, keep at it.
Love that dude. So and then 97. We're very shallow here. We're trying to maybe work on some transfer to second semester, just to add some depth there. But Antavian Leary's there.
Sure.
He won't be wrestling until about mid-November for us. But obviously national qualifier last year, one and two at nationals, and
rugged kid took a number 4 seed at the tournament into like 3 overtimes. Before he lost.
Really, I thought he should add some back points on the Peterson role he had, and didn't get it. And unfortunately, that's the way it goes. And
he looks like he's strong as a house too.
He is. I was the one that had to work out with him, wrestle live with him before nationals last year. And I tell you what, I needed like 3 or 4 weeks off to heal up, just because I was shooting too much, trying to get under the big hips of his. But did a great job, and I'm looking for. I mean, he hasn't put a whole year together his whole career yet. So I think he's going to just get better and better. You could see it last year; he was getting better and better and more confident as the year went along. So I'm excited to see him have 2 full semesters and really really have a whole year for competing.
His run up to punching his ticket last year was amazing at the regionals. Exactly, he came out on the mat, and it was clear that he was going to dominate those first couple matches he wrestled. Semifinal match, I think he pinned a kid in the third period and everything. Just totally dominated that kid, and he was so fun to watch last year.
Yep. And then obviously he was a lot of fun to watch. So not really surprised to us on the team, because we knew he was a talented dude and hard worker and does the right thing. So we're excited about him and excited to see him put together a whole year. So heavyweight, we brought in a bunch of guys there because we knew we were going to graduate some guys. Obviously the 2 seniors, Alvino Matthews was a national qualifier for us last year. And then Tyreek Nolan was also a senior, and they're buddies. Great training partners.
And Tyreek beat at least one of the national qualifiers
last
year.
He beat 2 during the year. In fact, he majored one that was almost an All-American. Should have been All-American last year.
The kid from Southern Virginia.
Yeah, majored him, and so I'm obviously very excited for him. And Tyreek's a great example of what happens, because I do think he'll be in the lineup at some point. He's a good example, like just being patient and working hard and being a consistent worker every day. This is going to be his first year. If he gets in, it'll be the first year he starts. So he paid his dues for a long time.
Sure.
Most kids in this culture nowadays, they don't start for a year or 2 years, they're done. You know what I mean? And,
sure.
But he stuck with it, and I think he's going to see the results this year.
And Tyreek is a local kid, relatively, Martinsville, Virginia, so he was probably thrilled. Probably about his sophomore or junior year in high school, he heard about Ferrum College starting a wrestling program, and it probably got the wheels spinning for him that, hey, I might like to go to college. I'm just up the road here. I'd still be able to be close to my family. He's very close to his family. He wouldn't be too far away and everything, and he worked for me last year and everything. Just such a great kid.
Absolutely. Does a great job. Just, again, one of those guys, a consistent worker. I mean, this senior class, obviously, one of my favorites. Just awesome, man. Great class. So, and then we brought in a few freshmen as well too. We got Johnny Araya from down North Carolina, Lincolnton High School, and he's done a great job as a worker and just a gritty kid, and he's going to have success. I mean, he's going to take some lumps, I think, a little bit this year, just being young at that weight. But I think he's a hard worker, and he'll adapt. He'll do a good job. So I'm excited about him. Jalen Hamilton, Jalen, he's getting acclimated to the weight. Put on a little weight this summer to be a heavyweight, and he's battled a few injuries here and there, but has done a good job for the most part, and just got to continue to work hard and really be a little more coachable. But I'm excited about him as well too. And then Tyler Michael, who's from Fort Defiance High School.
Yep, remember him.
A couple-time Virginia State placer, and looking at him in high school, he has the size and the work ethic, really smart. For him, it was just about learning more wrestling. Getting better. He's still pretty raw, And man, the dude's like a sponge, though. Like, everything you tell him, you can tell he's incorporating his wrestling, and you can already see a huge growth in just a month. You know what I mean, or 2 weeks.
And he was a football player and wrestler in high school.
Right,
He's just decided to focus on wrestling in college.
Yep. And I think he's gonna be a pretty special kid, man. I think he's gonna adapt well to the weight, and and with those training partners, man, I think sky's the limit for him.
I see him on campus every once in a while, stop and have nice conversations with him. Just seems like a really personable kid.
Right.
And, I'm excited to see what he's got on the mat.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. So, so this Saturday, obviously, it's homecoming. If anybody's interested, Friday night we usually have like a black and gold match. Usually, it's not every homecoming every year, but this year it falls on that. It's a little early for us, but. We're going to have our black and gold match. And
so it's Friday night at 6 o'clock?
Yep, at the YMCA. So we'll have 2 mats out, refs, and guys don't have to weigh in. It's just like a normal match. They do get a little bit of weight. It's more of an exhibition match.
Sure.
But it's just to see where we are and to wrestle in front of people. And some weights that will determine who is going to wrestle for us at the Washington Legal meet. So we'll determine that at some weight classes. But I'm excited. So that's again Friday at 6 p.m. at the YMCA right on campus here. And
tough time for me. I've got to be working. We've got a volleyball match at 4 o'clock, and then I got to head right over to the soccer field for a soccer game after that.
You're all over the place.
Earlier in the day,
you won't be getting out of here till 1 a.m.
Yeah, earlier in the day we're streaming the president's. It's our president's.
That's right,
Dr. David Johns. It's his inauguration this coming Friday as well. That's at 10 o'clock in the morning. They'll be streaming that and everything. So it'll be a pretty busy day for us over here.
Absolutely. And then so we're obviously we're excited about that, so it should be a fun weekend. So we'll also have a homecoming cookout, like a barbecue down at the tailgate, 11 o'clock.
On Saturday.
Yeah, with parents and wrestlers and all that stuff. So it should be fun.
Great. Nate, tell me real quickly before we sign off. How did your fundraiser go? You had a T-shirt.
Really well.
fundraiser.
They're still rolling in. We still got people that want to buy shirts and stuff, so we're still not even done yet. But it's been super successful. So
That's
we're
awesome.
really excited. It helps our program out a lot, and one of our biggest fundraisers. And we have another one coming up here in probably a few months here. And that cash match challenge that we did last year is really successful, and we're hoping that we have another even more successful year with that too. So, and this is critical for our program to keep making jumps. Unfortunately, it's sometimes it's financially driven. You got to have the resources to go out and wrestle the best teams in the country, and that's why we do these fundraisers. So,
sure. Well, we want to thank our fans
Absolutely,
who've been so instrumental in helping us raise that money. Going on these road trips to get the best competition. You head out to Illinois every year.
Yep, Chicago.
For that match and everything. The Gator Boots duels this year. You're heading down to Florida for the Sunshine.
Citrus Invitational. Yep. So
it takes money. Buses aren't free. Hotels aren't free. Food isn't free.
Yeah, and it's about getting the student athletes a great experience. And the guys will tell you. I mean, we work really, really hard, and I expect a lot out of them. And it's nice to be able to make sure you take care of them a little bit, not staying at really bad hotels just to save money. We make sure we try to take care of our student athletes as well too, which is a great thing that Ferrum does as well too, the charter buses and everything. So
they'll remember the camaraderie, the places they went to and everything. They won't so much remember the wins and losses, but they'll definitely remember their experience as student athletes, especially the kids that maybe aren't the headline type of guys. Absolutely. So you want to make a good experience. Yep. Southeast Regionals, Lycoming is what you said you thought it was going to be? Possibly.
That's not a done deal yet, but it sounds like that's where it's going to be. And there's going to be we'll have more information on that as far as how to watch the regionals online and how to actually be there and support us. So
we'll keep that on FerrumPanthers.com. So all right, so we'll be back here on looks like October 30th.
Right.
2 weeks from today and everything. And Coach, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Folks, that's a wrap on Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host Gary Holden. Thanks for being with us. For Nate Yetzer, have a great weekend.
Happy birthday.